Welcome back to Character Conversions, where I try to bring fictional characters to life in D&D. Today's build is a dedication to my friend Baby Outlaw, her favorite member of Team Urameshi, Kazuma Kuwabara. For stats, we'll be using the standard array of the player's handbook. Strength will be 15, Kuwabara is a bit of a brawler. Dexterity will be 14, he's quick on his feet. Constitution will be 13, Kuwabara can take more punishment than the average human. Intelligence will be 8, our grades aren't the best unless we try exceptionally hard. Wisdom will be 12, our senses and natural instincts are keen, and finally, Charisma will be 10. We aren't exactly a looker, or even really the best leader at times, but we still try our best. For our race, Kuwabara is obviously human, and he is a psychic with a high degree of spirit awareness. For this, we'll be going with a variant human. We will increase our strength and constitution by 1 each to 16 and 14 respectively. For skill proficiency, we'll take insight to help represent our sixth sense. For feat, we'll take Fighting Initiate, granting us one fighting style of our choice, for which we will be choosing Unarmed Fighting Style. This makes it so our unarmed strikes deal 1d6 plus our strength modifier, increased to a d8 if our hands are empty. In addition, at the start of each of our turns, we deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage to any creature we have grappled. Finally, for a language, we will pick up Abyssal. I don't think there were ever any demons we couldn't understand. For background, I've decided to go with Athlete from Mythic Odysseys of Theros, which states we strive to perfect ourselves physically in execution of everything we do. Sounds like Kuwabara to me. This gives us proficiency with acrobatics and athletics, as well as land vehicles. I don't know if Kuwabara ever had his license, but he does now. For our feature, we gain Echoes of Victory, meaning we have a 50% chance of someone knowing who we are and respecting us within 100 miles of where we grew up. Kuwabara is definitely widely known, he just happens to pick a fight with every single one of them. Finally, for a language, we will pick up Infernal. For similar reasons as Abyssal, we want to make sure we can understand all demons and devils. For class, we're starting off in Barbarian. Kuwabara is more of a brawler type combatant, rushing in and considering the best defense to be a good offense. This gives us a d12 hit die, proficiency with light and medium armor, as well as shields, simple and martial weapons. And for saves, we have strength and constitution. For skills, we'll choose Animal Handling for our love of cats, and Intimidation. First level barbarians can rage twice per long rest. This gives us +2 to our damage, advantage on strength checks and strength saves, and resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Kuwabara is a very emotional man, and his strength is shown to be directly tied to his emotional state, making rage a good power for him. Next, we gain Unarmored Defense, allowing us to calculate our AC as 10 plus our Dexterity modifier plus our Constitution modifier. Kuwabara doesn't wear any armor and can take a lot of punishment, making Constitution an important stat for us. At second level, we continue in Barbarian to gain Danger Sense. Kuwabara has a highly attuned sixth sense, but unlike in the anime, ours will help us in battle. Danger Sense gives us advantage on saving throws against effects we can see, such as traps and spells, so long as we're not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Next, we gain Reckless Attack, allowing us to have advantage on all melee attacks we make on our turn using Strength, but all attacks against us have advantage until the beginning of our next turn. Kuwabara often attacks wildly, leaving himself open for a counterattack. For third level, we'll be jumping over to Rogue. Now this may seem strange, but it will make sense as we go on. This gives us a d8 hit die, proficiency with a skill of our choice. We'll pick up Perception to round out our heightened senses. Next we gain Expertise and 2 skills of our choice. We will go with Insight and Athletics, doubling our proficiency bonus in these skills. Next we gain a d6 of Sneak Attack for finesse and ranged weapons against targets we have advantage against or who one of our allies is within 5 feet of. Sadly, our fists are not finesse weapons, so we'll either have to pick up an alternate weapon or leave this be for now. Finally, we gain Knowledge of Thieves' Cant. While Kuwabara has a code and is not a thief, I wouldn't say it's unreasonable that he would learn their secret codes to spot them. Fourth level, our second level in Rogue, grants us Cunning Action. Now as a bonus action, we can take the Dodge, Dash, and Disengage actions. Kuwabara may not be one to often run from a fight, but he is still pretty fast on his feet. Fifth level, our third level in Rogue, means we choose our Roguish archetype, and here's where the build really comes together. We're going with Soul Knight from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. And bear with me, we gain a lengthy power this level. This gives us Psionic Power, giving us a number of Psionic Energy dice equal to 2 times our proficiency bonus that restore on a long rest. In addition, as a bonus action, we can restore a single Psionic Energy die once per short or long rest. Using our Psionic Energy die, we can use the following powers: Psi-Bolstered Knack and Psychic Whispers. Psi-Bolstered Knack allows us to add a Psionic Energy die to the result of an ability check with a skill or tool that we have failed. We only expend the die if the roll now succeeds. Psychic Whispers allows us to, as an action, choose a number of creatures up to our proficiency bonus and then roll a Psychic Energy die. For a number of hours equal to the number rolled, the chosen creatures can speak telepathically with us, and we can with them, so long as they are within 1 mile of each other. creature can't use this telepathy if it doesn't speak any language, and the telepathic connection can be ended at any time. We don't even have to speak a common language to understand each other. The first time we use this power after a long rest, it doesn't expend a psionic energy die, all other times it does. Our next ability this level is the cornerstone of our build, Psychic Blades. Whenever we take the attack action, we can manifest the Psychic Blade from our free hand and make the attack with that blade. It is a simple weapon with the finesse and thrown properties with a range of 60 feet and no long range. On a hit, it deals psychic damage equal to a d6 plus the ability modifier we use for the attack roll. After we attack with the blade, we can use our bonus action on the same turn to attack with a second psychic blade in our offhand, though the damage is a d4 instead of a d6. Finally, our sneak attack damage increases to 2d6. Our 4th level in Rogue grants us an ability score improvement. We'll be dropping it into our Constitution, raising it to a 16. 5th level Rogue grants us Uncanny Dodge, allowing us to half the damage of an attack that hits us as a reaction. Combining this with our Rage, we can turn huge hits into barely anything. Next, our Psionic Energy die increases from a d6 to a d8. And finally, our Sneak Attack increases to 3d6. Our 6th level in Rogue grants us Expertise and another 2 skills of our choice. We will grab Perception and Acrobatics, doubling our proficiency bonus in these skills. 7th level Rogues gain Evasion. Now when we succeed on a Dexterity save for half damage, we instead take no damage, and only half damage if we fail. Finally, our Sneak Attack increases from 3d6 to 4d6. Our 8th level in Rogue means we gain an additional ability score improvement. We will once again increase our Constitution, raising it to an 18. At 11th level, as a 9th level Soul Knife, we gain Soul Blades. We now gain 2 more abilities to spend our Psionic Energy die on. Homing Strikes allows us to expend and roll a Psionic Energy die when we miss with an attack and possibly turn a miss into a hit. This makes me think of Kuwabara bending and twisting his Spirit Sword to hit Rinku during the Dark Tournament. Psychic Teleportation allows us to, as a bonus action, expend and roll a Psionic Energy die, and teleport to an unoccupied space we can see up to a number of feet away equal to 10 times the number we rolled. In the manga, Kuwabara was able to use his sword to cut through space and time and shorten distances. Finally, our Sneak Attack increases from 4d6 to 5d6. We will continue on into Rogue for one more level, so that as a 10th level Rogue we gain an additional ability score improvement. We'll drop it into our Constitution, capping it off at 20. Now we're going to switch over to Paladin. Kuwabara doesn't use much form in his fighting style, but he himself is also a very noble person, comparable in ways to a knight. But because we want to continue improving our supernatural abilities, we're going with Paladin rather than Fighter. 1st level Paladins gain Divine Sense. As an action a number of times equal to 1 plus our Charisma modifier, we detect the presence of Celestials, Fiends, or Undead within 60 feet, so long as they aren't behind total cover. This further represents our high degree of spiritual awareness. Lay on Hands allows us to replenish a number of hit points equal to 5 times our Paladin level each long rest. Kuwabara was able to transfer some of his spirit energy into Yusuke to prevent his death after all. 2nd level Paladins gain a Fighting Style. Dueling will increase the damage of our Psychic Blades by +2. We gain our spellcasting to this level as well, granting us 2 1st level spell slots. We will most likely be using our spell slots for smites, as our dice check is incredibly low due to our low charisma. But some spells could still be useful, such as Divine Favor, which increases our damage by 1d4 radiant. Finally, we gain Divine Smite. This allows us to expend a spell slot when we hit with an attack to deal an additional 2d8 radiant damage. The damage is increased by 1d8 for each spell level higher than first to a maximum of 5d8. And if the target is Undead or Fiend, the damage is increased by additional 1d8 to a maximum of 6d8. At 15th level, our 3rd level in Paladin means we choose our oath. We will take the Oath of Glory from both Theros and Tasha's, which states our tenets are actions over words, challenges are but tests, own the body, and discipline the soul. We gain Divine Health, making us immune to disease. Next, we gain Channel Divinity, and are able to use it for the abilities Peerless Athlete and Inspiring Smite. Peerless Athlete allows us to, as a bonus action, for the next 10 minutes have advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks, double the weight that we can carry, push, drag, and lift, and the distance of our long and high jumps increases by 10 feet. Inspiring Smite allows us to, as a bonus action, after dealing damage with our Divine Smite, grant 2d8 plus our Paladin level temporary hit points divided between anyone within 30 feet, including ourselves. At 16th level, our 4th level of Paladin grants us an ability score improvement. We will trade this for the Tough feat, granting us an additional 32 hit points, and another 2 hit points per level hereafter. 17th level, our 5th level in Paladin grants us Extra Attack. Now when we take the attack action, we can make 2 attacks instead of 1. In addition, we now have access to 2nd level spell slots for even more smiting damage. At 18th level, we gain Aura of Protection. but because our charisma is just a 10, this is essentially a dead level for us. At 19th level, Oath of Glory gives us Aura of Alacrity. Now our walking speed is increased by 10 feet, and this bonus extends to any ally that starts their turn within 5 feet of us. At 20th level, the capstone of our build is an ability score improvement. We can increase our charisma to 12 to reinvigorate our aura of protection, but for my own build, I will just drop this into our strength, raising it to an 18. End result sees us with 247 average hit points, and with rage it's essentially doubled against some attacks. We can average about 33 damage each round, and with the first level smite we increase this to 42. Our main tactic is basically outlasting our opponents while we chip away at them with our psychic blade. With reckless attack, we can always get our sneak attacks off, and we increase our chance of critting for an average of 66 damage. Sadly, we won't have much use outside of combat except as perhaps a lookout due to having expertise in perception. We might also be able to aid the party phase due to our expertise in insight. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment your opinions or suggestions for new builds. I hope all your 20s are natural. See you next time.